Hey y'all, it's Andrea with The Cutest Little Thing. Thanks so much for hopping on to watch today's video. If you are new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you like what you see today. And if you've hung out with me before, welcome back. If you love thrift flips, home decor, DIYs, upcycling, and all of the things, then you are at the right place. I love to go thrifting and bring those unwanted items home and make them over and give them new life. All right, let's get started with today's projects. Hey y'all, thanks for dropping in to hang out with me today. I'm excited for today's project. For the first step, I have these huge wooden frames I'm so excited about. My friend actually gave me a few of these, and I knew right away I wanted to keep a couple of them for my own decor. So I got them in my craft room, I got them cleaned up, and I knew I wanted to use milk paint because I could just imagine the chippy goodness happening with these frames. So after I cleaned it up, I mixed up my milk paint. I'm using Sweet Pickins in the color Window Pane, and this is just a beautiful white color that you see here. And I began to just put on that first coat, and now this is the other one, and I'm going in with that same Sweet Pickins milk paint in this one as well. I did not do any sort of base coat or anything because I wanted, once my paint chipped for me, I wanted that underneath to be this beautiful wood that you see. So I went in with my blow dryer here to create some heat. So hopefully I would begin to see some chipping going on. But like I've told you guys before, usually, especially on wood, you do not see chipping with the first coat. It takes layers of milk paint with heat applied to begin to see that chip. So these frames are super old. I'm not sure how old, but it was almost drinking up that milk paint. So I knew I needed to go in with more of a base coat to help this out so I wouldn't have to use so much milk paint. And what I was using was a sample pack, so I only had so much. So I'm going in with DIY's White Swan, and I just did a full good coat over both frames over that Sweet Pickins milk paint. So I figured, since this DIY paint does not have a built-in sealer, the milk paint doesn't have a built-in sealer, I knew that I could sort of wet distress and even maybe distress with some sandpaper really easily without having those sealers in there. Now I did want to go in with more milk paint on top of the DIY. See, you can see the crackle that we're starting to get. I was so excited applying that heat even through the DIY paint because that milk paint was at that base. So now I applied another coat of the milk paint, and then I dried that with my heat tool. So here I am just sort of scuffing up. I didn't get a whole lot of chipping other than what I showed you on camera there, some of the crackle, and in some spots I did see a little more chipping. But I did want to just go around with that sandpaper, scuff it up, and as you can see, that beautiful wood peeking through at us there. So it was exactly what I was hoping to get, so I was super excited. Now time to seal each frame. I'm going in with a big top to seal these pieces. And I'm just helping that dry along there with my heat tool. And there's that big top. I just wanted to give you a shot of it just in case anyone wasn't familiar with that. I haven't had that too long. I've used it a few times. It's pretty new to me, as I usually go in and seal with waxes, but so far I really love it. I love having it as an option to seal certain projects. Okay, y'all, I have had this thrifted wooden wagon in my stash a good little while. I weren't quite sure what I wanted to do with it until I found these cute little bunnies at Goodwill for $2.99. Aren't these the cutest little things? I just fell in love with them when I saw them, and I could not leave them that day. That same day, I found this greenery square for $1.99. So I wanted to put all three of these pieces together to make something cute for my decor on my mantle. So, of course, I was going to put the greenery into the wagon, and then I wanted to add the little bunnies into the greenery. First, I did scrape off the price tags, and I did clean these up prior to making this video. I just love these little bunnies. I think they are so cute. And I just kind of wedged them in that greenery, like they're kind of sitting and hiding in that grass. And how cute are they in that wagon? I wanted to add a little bit of raffia. Not only is this going to raise my little piece of greenery up just a little bit and give it all some height, but it's also just going to add a nice little touch. Having that raffia inside of that wagon, it sort of looks like some hay in there. And y'all, look how cute. Just that simple 3 thrifted items. How cute is this? I cannot wait to get this staged up on my mantle. Now on to our second frame here. As you can see, I'm just taking that sandpaper once again just to scuff up my second frame because I want some of that wood peeking through at me just like the other frame we just did. And I'm not sure what grit this sandpaper is. I can't remember. I think it was like a 120 maybe. So I'm being light-handed because I don't want like a lot of scratches on my paint or anything. I just want that beautiful wood peeking through. Now, I did forget, this made me remember I'm sealing with wax here because that big top on the other frame, it was sort of giving me some bleed through. So I did not want that. So I was a little scared to use it again. So I did wax just to be on the safe side. Now, guys, here I am. I'm just bringing those frames. I wanted to style these on my mantle. And I was also in the process here of switching out and bringing out my spring and Easter decor with my little bunnies and different things. So I'm just showing that process here, getting everything staged up on my mantle. The green bunnies that you see on those candlesticks are from Dollar Tree. Only $1.25 for those. And then the basket you see there, that is thrifted. The little nest and the mini little grater, all of that is thrifted. And just look how gorgeous these frames are on my mantle, staged up with my candlesticks and those green little bunnies. I was absolutely loving how this was turning out. These little those are like the little paper plate baskets, holders. I love grabbing those when I'm in the thrift store. And as you can see, you can use them in your decor. Put them as a little backdrop for other decor. I just absolutely love them. And also just adding some greenery in there. Adding some little touches. I've got the spindles there that I actually got from Emily's Upcycled Home. Adding some candles because, of course, candles just make everything even more beautiful. And I did end up moving up my clock. I can't remember if I showed it in this video, but I did end up moving the clock up just a little bit. I thought it was a little too low for my frames there. There's our little bunny and the wagon that we put together. That was thrifted as well. I love how this turned out. Y'all let me know what you think of these frames. Okay, I wanted to show you what I did in this corner here. This is where the Christmas tree was, and then winter tree after that. So it was bare here. So I had this scrolled wall decor piece I've had several years. I think I got it from Kirkland's originally. And then that milk can there with the grass, artificial grass, is thrifted. These baskets are thrifted. And so I was just sort of creating a little arrangement here in the corner to fill it. And then this piece is from Hobby Lobby. I got it on sale, I think, last year. So I put that there just to add some height with the candles. And I do end up adding these little baskets on the mantle. I filled those with moss. Those are thrifted as well. And then I had another package to arrive from Emily's Upcycled Home, where I got this vintage doorknob from her with the greenery, as well as a bag of filler that I put in my basket. And then I put around my little bird there. And you can shop with Emily every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time over on Whatnot, where she does a live auction. Oh, and I also got these wooden spoons from her. So I hope you like all of this, guys. I did add a few other touches later, but let me know what you think. Next up, we have another super quick thrift flip. I love grabbing these sifters out of the thrift store. I love this one in particular. It had the rust on it. I did not want to paint it or change a thing. I had this little greenery in this pot. I just wrapped that pot with a piece of burlap and just kind of tucked it in up under that greenery. I wanted a little bit of that burlap sticking up. Put it inside of that sifter, and just like that, you have the cutest little shelf sitter, or put it in a centerpiece. I sat mine on my mantle at the bottom, well, at my fireplace. Look how cute that is, and the possibilities are endless with these sifters. You can paint them. You can add transfers on them, but I decided just to keep this one as is. I absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think. This project is not a thrifted find. These bunnies I found in TJ Maxx. I had to have them. Loaded them up when I got home. Something had hit them in the back of the car and put a little hole in the side of one of the bunnies. So I immediately thought that I could fix this. So I brought it home, grabbed my air dry clay. As you can see, I'm just sort of rolling some up in my hand, and I'm just pressing that into that hole and just pressing it and pushing, pinching the excess clay just where it will fill that hole. And I kept sort of mashing it to, as you can see, these bunnies have this, it looks like texture on them. So I was trying to kind of press into that clay to give it that same textured look as the rest of the bunnies have. And initially, I thought I was going to kind of have to do a dry brushing technique with maybe a soft gray color. But the more I worked with this clay and pressed it and kind of got it, you know, how I needed it to be, I didn't think I really needed to do the dry brushing with the gray, because it got harder and harder for me to tell where the hole was and where the clay was. So I was super excited. I was able to fix them. I let them dry completely. As you can see, it's very hard to find where that clay was. I'm pointing it out to you there. And I put them at my mantle down in front of my fireplace. And y'all, they are just so cute. I fell in love with them when I saw them that day shopping in TJ Maxx. They were $24.99, which isn't bad for this size. And I was so glad I was able to fix the boo-boo that happened in the car. So let me know what you guys think of this. And should I still do the dry brushing technique, or should I just leave it? All right, time to see our finished products one more time. Let's take a look at my finished mantel here with our beautiful wooden frames. So technically these aren't thrifted. A friend gave them to me, but I have thrifted tons of wooden frames in the past, so it's definitely something you can snatch up from your thrift store. And our sweet little bunnies in the wagon, I just absolutely love that piece. And guys, most of these items here I'm using for my spring decor are thrifted or either upcycled items, even ones I've purchased. And Dollar Tree, like those sweet little green bunnies, only $1.25 each. And that sweet little birdie was from a local shop to me. And that little spool of thread was from the Dollar Tree. I think those little spools are $2 at my Dollar Tree. And I don't know if y'all saw that chippy little wood piece with the olive branch. That was also from Emily's Upcycled Home. I added the sweet carrots and nests. That's from a local shop to me. And there's those thrifted baskets. I ended up moving those baskets to the left of my fireplace. There's our cute little bunnies we fixed up from TJ Maxx. That's a pan I made. A video's coming soon on that with our sweet little sifter. And I have made those rusty pans before. You may have seen that video. And then I ended up moving this table in this corner with some little primitive pieces, some fake breads, fake cookies, little jam jars. I have videos on all of these things, little faux biscuit and tarts there and cookies. I will be having more of those coming out soon, but in the meantime, if you want to go watch one of those videos I've already made, you can find those over in my video library. I just love how this all came together with those colors. Guys, as always, thanks for watching the cutest little thing. Please like, subscribe, and share around. I appreciate all of your support, your kind comments for each videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed day.